It was Thanksgiving Day. I can still remember it like it was yesterday. It was the day I ran away from home. I was gone for about 20 minutes. My mother called my bluff. Hello, I'm Stuart Baskin, pastor of First Presbyterian Church of Tyler, Texas. So here's what happened, and please don't laugh at me too much. I was on a serious kick of making cinnamon toast for myself. I had gotten pretty good at it, actually. I would place 2 pieces of white sandwich bread on a cookie sheet. Then I would take butter that had softened up a little bit and put 3 pats, not 2, not 4, always 3 pats on each slice. Then I would liberally sprinkle cinnamon sugar all over the bread. And when I say liberally, I mean enough that when it came out of the oven, the sugar would have started to caramelize, with the result that the cinnamon toast had a bit of a crunch to it. Man, oh man, was it good. Well, on that Thanksgiving Day, I must have been 7 or 8, I went to the kitchen around mid-morning to make myself some cinnamon toast. But to my absolute horror, the turkey was in the oven. Or should I say, it was in the right side oven. You see, we had a side-by-side oven with a full-size oven on the right and what I'd estimate was a 3/4 width oven on the left. I always made my cinnamon toast in the right side oven. Simple, right? Just use the left side oven. Or better yet, use the toaster oven. Well, we didn't have a toaster oven just yet, so that was not an option. And being a creature of habit, the left side oven simply wouldn't do. Who knows whether the settings were the same? Why, my cinnamon toast might be absolutely ruined. The sugar might not properly caramelize. The bread might burn around the edges before the cinnamon sugar was ready. All I could think of was all the ways my cinnamon toast might not come out exactly like I wanted it because I knew exactly how to make it in the right side oven. What was a boy to do? Well, first, I calmly explained to my mom the nature of the problem and suggested she might move the turkey to the left side oven. Seemed perfectly logical and a reasonable solution to me, a win-win if ever there was one. Well, Mom carefully explained. She had the patience of Job. She took the time to explain it to me. She explained that the turkey simply wouldn't fit in the left side oven, but I was welcome to use the left side oven for my cinnamon toast. I thought I had made a perfectly reasonable case to my mother. Why was she being so unreasonable, so obstinate? So I resorted to plan B. I pitched a fit. So I whined and complained that she was being totally unreasonable. She was being so mean to me. The result? Did I say my mother had the patience of Job? She just went about cooking Thanksgiving dinner without engaging in my hissy fit. Clearly, it was time for bold action. So I stomped out of the kitchen and out the back door just as conspicuously and as loudly as I could. "I'm running away," I shouted. No response. I went to the end of the carport and sat down to wait for my mother to come running after me. No response. My faithful dog came to sit with me, clearly aware that I was in distress. Well, after thinking about it for a long time, probably all of about 5 minutes, I got up, stormed back into the house, through the kitchen, and all the way to my bedroom. I grabbed my suitcase and stormed back through the kitchen and out the back door once again. "I'm really leaving now," I shouted. No response. Then I started walking down the driveway, fully aware that I would be in full view of the kitchen, expecting my mother to come running after me as she saw me heading down the driveway, begging me to return home and caving to my totally reasonable demand to cook my cinnamon toast in the right side oven. About that time, I realized that I had no idea where I might go. And besides, I was getting really hungry by that point. I guess I stood in the driveway holding my empty suitcase for about 10 minutes. Then I did the only reasonable thing that I knew to do. I went back inside, got on with my day, and I don't remember exactly what my mother said to me, if she said anything. But the lesson was clear. Whining and throwing temper tantrums were out of bounds, at least in my family's house. It was a hard lesson, but every now and again, when I find myself starting to whine, I remember that day. And it shuts down my whining in a big, fat hurry. It was a great lesson, really. We can't always get what we want. We can't always have our own way. And it's okay to be frustrated. But whining and pitching temper tantrums is no way to handle things. But man, oh man, I still remember that cinnamon toast. I think I'll have to go and make some for myself now. It's my kitchen now, by golly. And now may God continue to bless you and keep you in all that you do this day and in all the days ahead.